Everything was just warming up. Can you believe it? Yes, I've just got to start my game of 7 Days to Die, and sure enough, Alpha 17.2. So I thought we'd have a little look and see if there are any other notes to tell us what they've changed. Because I've just this second updated a setting, which is very annoying. I literally have just updated it. What's this say? Yes. Welcome to 7 Days to Die Forum, everyone. Let's have a quick look at what's... Oh! Gosh, okay, let's have a look. We've added some new game options that include Blood Moon Frequency. That's right, this option allows the player to set a minimum amount of days for when the Blood Moon Horde appears. Blood Moon Range. That's right, when this setting is enabled, the player can make a minimum or maximum random Blood Moon range. Well, I don't know what that means. What the hell does that land claim count? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you can now edit the server config.xml to allow multiple land claims. Very nice. An XP multiplier, players can increase or decrease the overall experience gained. And we've added several new player and AI block damage options. So there you go. They're mainly for server owners by the looks of it, which is of no interest for me, to be fair. What else is it done? It's added option to disable texture streaming. Very nice. Sleeper check if chunk ready for spawning. Launch a cleanup function for random world generated worlds. That's an awful sentence, isn't it? Let's just read that again. Launch a cleanup function for random world generated worlds. What a nightmare that is. Hits between animals of the same exact class are now ignored. I don't know what that's supposed to mean either. Log message for how much XP you got from different sources during your last level. Is that interesting? I don't know. AI, find and destroy pos, far too close mode, and randomise starting edge check. I mean, this is all stuff. I don't know what the hell they're talking about there, to be fair. Line claims now have a radial menu access to new options. I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to mean. Does that mean it's now round instead of square? Who knows? Decreased, they've changed something. They've decreased sleeper despawn delay to 45 and added passive despawn delay of 10 seconds. The meat stew now only uses... Oh, shit. That means they've dicked around with the recipes and I've only just changed the recipes. I made the recipes better. Yeah. Anyway, and added animal fat to the recipe. And it now gives 50 maximum stamina and 25 health. Steak and potato meal now only uses 5 meat, but does require 2 mushrooms. Now it gives 50 max stamina and 25 health. Increased chance of rare medicine at the traders. Bartering now changes final price instead of increasing the markup. Gravel trails in the desert are now more visible. Vehicles no longer collide with small rocks, and we've added acid to the traders, increased the duke value of raw meat, and nerfed barter. Don't know what that's supposed to be. Nerfed. Oh, they've nerfed barter peak sell rates to half of what they were. Cut sell rate from 0.2 to 0.15 in value. We've reduced the amount of food that's for sale at the traders, and we've increased width of the new continue game window panels and game option control. Some great updates there. They've dropped usage of the settings ini file, so everything is now controlled by Unity's preference system again, and increased the radius of the dog and wolf controllers. Whatever that means. They've also increased the probability of bones on gore blocks and body bags. Well, we've been talking about that, so that's quite handy. Gore blocks now and body bags also can drop nitrate. I'm not entirely sure why that would be a thing, but still, that's what they've done. They've increased the probability of coal on burnt blocks, and they've reduced the repair cost of clay blocks, so nice. Slightly reduce the depth of the topsoil to make finding ore even easier. And they've optimised the countersink cupboard corner, deco pole round, tile broken, metal rail, and reduce static memory usage for map data, which reduces the amount of RAM required, more pronounced on bigger maps. And then they've also fixed a load of stuff, which, let's face it, I'm not going to read all that, but the buried supplies now show as empty when they're not. Should be. I don't know what I say. Done stuff some there. They fixed some stuff. Let's see if there's anything that affects us. I don't think there will be. Lowered stamina cost for jumping is not mentioned in parkour description. Oh, so they fixed that. Nice. I've got to say, I don't really use the parkour, but well, whatever. Dismemberment NRE spam. Not too sure what that means either. NRE while holding R and Faustma. I don't know what that means. We don't know what that means. It's all very nice. Let's see if they buggered up my recipes. I mean, the worst of it is, yeah, it's like I say, well, we had. I mean, let's just, before we commence the game, let's just play the game. Oh, fuck it. I said the F word there. That's very naughty, isn't it? I could do it for me, can't I? Library games. 7 Days to Die. Play. 648 hours. Really, that's 148 hours. Because I was up to about 500 odd hours. In fact, it was over 500 hours on the 16, Alpha 16. So, you know, ever since that... so I hope they haven't messed up the recipes for all the stuff I've changed. Do you know what I mean? Where about my bacon and eggplant? I'm sure they wouldn't have changed that. I didn't. I'm trying to think. My bacon and egg recipe. That was only one thing, wasn't it? Well. Okay, well, here we are. We're at the menu so far. Everything seems to be okay. No error messages just yet. We're loading some things. Going to continue the game. Gosh, this isn't looking good, is it? Yellow. You better not say something stupid like you got to start again. No, alright, that's good. Because yellow, obviously yellow means... I don't know what yellow means. We don't know. 7 point... I tell you what. Build 20. Gosh, that's a jump, isn't it? Alpha 17.2, build 20. Well, I think we might be the first people to get a video up there. I don't know. But we're just going to check the recipes. It's an emergency update, people. An emergency update has happened on 7 Days to Die. Bad news in. 7 Days to Die has updated and maybe has ruined all your hard work. Oh, my lord. I think I'll be okay because we're in the default map. And reputedly, the issues of mappage tends to take place if you're in a randomly generated world. Yes, right. So if you're in a randomly generated world, then you will find that perhaps you may have to restart the game. Wouldn't that be depressing? The answer is yes, it would. And I'm hoping that I'm not going to be depressed. Okay, well, I appear to be stood on something. I'm going to jump. Seems relatively fine. Let's go into the menu and see if I was going to make bacon and eggs. Those bastards! They've changed it. So now I need 5 meat. I'm going to have to change that. Now, I've just literally gone in and changed... What did I change? The recipe for a first aid bandage was annoying me because to make this, you'd have thought you'd just need a bandage and some aloe vera. But instead, you don't. So I've changed that. And they've changed it back. So, there you go. Obviously, I need to amend that then, don't I? You see, I changed it to the bandage and the aloe vera, and in the time that it just took me to reload the game, they have changed it. Now, I can't remember what all the modifications I've made, so I shall now fix that, and let's see if I can remember all of the modifications. This is where, if I was to learn... I mean, it's not hard, is it? All I'd have to do is go into the settings. I'm going to go like this so that we can fix the screen. Go into the settings and figure out what other people are doing with the mods. And it looks like it's a relatively easy gig. But this is the downside, isn't it, of making your own mods within the config file. Oh, so they've updated all of these, you see, because if you look, this is the time that they updated it. So these things here are alright, but the recipes... Bastards. They've updated the recipes. Okay, so let's open up the recipes and change it back. So first of all, I need to go into Notepad, Control and Find, and then first of all, I'm going to look for bandages first. If I type in first, if I can remember how to spell the word first, because I've literally just done this, so it should be an easy gig. All I had to do was change this, copy medical bandage, and replace it with, there you see. So what I've done, I'll show you. There's the recipe for what we've just been looking at, and you can see, very nice, isn't it? It's the first, it's a medical first aid bandage. Now to make a medical bandage, you need the cloth. But to make a first aid bandage, you need cloth and aloe vera. And I thought, well, that's not very nice. It's not very good. Why not say, make the medical bandage first, and then use that with the aloe vera to make a first aid medical that's what we're going to do. So we're going to change that. Nice. Now, we also need to find our bacon and eggs. So find that now. I can't find bacon. Wait, where are we? We're at the bottom. Maybe we need to go up. Bacon and eggs, and there it is. And there's the raw meats, which I'm going to change back to 1. It's 1 meat to make bacon. I mean, I've never heard anything so daft. I did change some other stuff. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, they're the updates. We've done that. I've had an error report. Oh, that's what that is. Shit. That's the end of that then, isn't it?